Delinquent Nation Prison Diaries, we're back. I got my good friend JonJon here.
Come on.
What's going on, my bro?
I'm all right, man. I'm easy still.
Thank you for coming down, man. Recently released from prison. How long you been out now?
It's been a good 12 weeks still.
12 weeks?
3 months, yeah.
And how long did you spend inside?
8.5.
8.5 years?
Summers still, yeah.
It's a long time.
But yeah.
It's a long time to spend in jail, man.
Still.
And obviously you're going to dive into your whole story, your circumstances that put you there, you know. And yeah, we're going to get into it, man. So we can start off by, you can tell me about how you grew up, how was life growing up, the house, school, whatnot.
All right, growing up, mum, pops, and I got 3 older sisters, so I'm the baby of the family, you get it?
Oh, you're the youngest?
Yeah, so as a youth, I used to get battered up by the sisters, but you know the tables turn, and now I'm the one they seek advice from and all them things there, you get it?
Yeah.
But growing up, my mum's strong Christian, so grew up in a God-fearing house, you get it?
Yeah.
There was a lot of like reading the Bible and that. I wouldn't say daily, but like definitely like 3 times a week. So like once every 2 days, church on Sunday, that was obligatory. Like there weren't no dodging church. Until I got to a set age, let's say 13 or something, man could start dodging and diving. But until then it was like, Sunday, go get your clothes on. You're going to church, you get it?
Yeah, same still.
So man, I don't know what else, what other details. Obviously, it wasn't easy growing up. We didn't have funds like that. Do you get it? Like, I remember birthdays. Going McDonald's was a birthday thing. Do you get it?
But I remember the McDonald's. I remember that them ones, bro.
But I'm not saying as in like the birthday thing in McDonald's. I'm talking, all right, we're driving to McDonald's, you're getting a Happy Meal. That was a birthday thing where man's like, yo.
Pain,
Do you get it? So growing up weren't easy still. There's a lot of times where electricity's off, we're having to light candles, this, that. You get me? But nonetheless, sometimes they make you stronger, I'll be real, man.
Yeah, no, 100%, man.
But grew up, Christian household, not easy living.
Disciplined.
Definitely disciplined. So my dad was working, I'm sure he was working like 3 jobs at one point. So he's like working, coming back, sleeping, out another shift, come back, sleeping. So
he wasn't really, you didn't really see him.
He was definitely present, but like he was just working non-stop. Then mumsy, I remember like, she was at home up until I was like 4. I can't remember what job she even started doing at one point, but she's a nurse now. She started working, I remember like when she used to study she's a nurse, when she's like studying for the nursing, like there was set times where man's going to sleep before school. Let's say, I don't know, man's going to sleep late anyway. So let's say midnight man's going to sleep. She's on the computer studying. Waking up in the morning, let's say, I don't know, 8. What time are you getting up to go to school? 8.
No,
still there, hasn't moved from the computer, do you get it? So I think due to seeing that, like, man's familiar with hard graft, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man didn't come from no privilege at all, so it's like, I definitely see anything I want in life, you got to graft for that, do you get it?
Yeah.
There's no cutting corners, there's no, like, handouts.
No, I respect, man. I totally agree with you, man. So, like, you know, growing up in a God-fearing household, obviously I know your parents didn't raise you to be on the roads and nothing like that, but I know how it goes at the same time, But yeah, tell me, like, how did you end up finding yourself on the roads, around the wrong crowd, maybe?
I would say, boy, how did it start off? I think...
Because how was you like in school?
In school, like, I was decent academically.
Yeah.
Like, I was good in school. Man finished school. I know a lot of men that don't even really like to say I finished school. They're on something. I got kicked out. Like, even said man that didn't get kicked out.
Word,
but no, man finished school still. But how man got into the wrong crowd, from a youth, man was always a bit, not even from a youth, but like, let's say from like year 8. Obviously you got your group of friends already, naturally. Group of your brethren that are not even on smoke, but you're just less likely to take bad up than the other youths. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it naturally rooted from that, like that, not necessarily trying to take bad up naturally, and then trying to be entrepreneurial. So what I used to do in school is like, I used to get like £10 for the week. I don't know if youths could even spew on that now. The cost of meals and that is different. So £2 a day, but more time I wouldn't eat at lunch. So I'll save that, and then if I got the 10, sometimes mum will give me like £2 a day. If it was like that, then I'll have to just save it until like a Wednesday or Thursday or whatever. But what I started doing is I would go to we used to be able to leave at lunch. Gladesmore used to be able to leave at lunch.
Yeah.
Other schools, it was like you got to eat in the school.
Yeah.
So I'd go Tesco's. I'd go and spend £8 on a 12-pack of Krispy Kremes.
Yeah.
And obviously I'll shot them each for £1.
Yeah.
So I'd come back, shot them on the AstroTurf, so that's a little £4 profit. Started doing the same with Capri Suns and paying like £2 for them, making another like £2 profit. But it was all like trying to be entrepreneurial until my palette got a bit bigger, and it's like, I'm trying to make £4 profit, £2 profit. That's idiot thing, you get me? Trying to step up the levels. So I'm clocking, I'm at an age now, I think, it was year 8, later on in year 8, where man, I'm starting to smoke weed and them thing there. Do you get what I'm saying? Or they're dabbling, and I'm thinking, raw, it's the optional avenue that I've got clientele there. It's just a matter of me getting it and then literally moving it on. Yeah. So it started off with a quarter.
So like your friends and that was smoking weed.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to capitalise off that.
Yeah.
Did you smoke weed yourself?
I didn't smoke, no. Never smoked. Up until 18, I hadn't touched any weed at all.
Okay, respect. Yeah.
Just before I went jail,
Yeah.
It's never been my thing.
Yeah.
But as a youth, it was never really gonna work. I weren't too techie with the football thing, but I wanted to be a baller, innit? You know what? Everyone wanted to be a baller. So it was like, never been one to follow the crowd, but I was like, raw, if my peers are all doing this, ideally it could work out, or let's say he blows and he could, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was kind of trying to navigate down that route, but I saw enough older youths, you know, when you're kicking ball in the cage and an older youth like, give me a touch to the man, doing mad skills, you're saying, yo, you can ball, do you get it? But man, I'm saying like, I know I used to be good then, man, I tried for this and that, but then I started smoking. Yeah. So from there, I just thought, you know what, man's always gonna stay away from that. Yeah. And furthermore, not growing up with wealth, it was a matter of, yo, that's an expensive habit anyway. So let me not even delve into that.
Yeah. Now you sound like a smart youth, man, when you was younger, man. So it sounds like you kind of got into this. You just kind of got into this thing to make money, to have a better life for yourself. Yeah. So what are you saying? You got in around year 8, started selling weed. Was you making some money off it?
Yeah, so I'm not even making too much. It was more like a bit more than covering expenses, but it was all right. It wasn't major, but it was all right. Doing that into year 9 as well. But year 9, I wouldn't say it started picking up major, but it was a matter of my people them are now clocking man's buying stuff, or they're thinking, right, where you get that from? Where you get that from? You're starting to have a couple things that you ain't got money for. I've stopped asking for money. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not asking, I need to go shopping, can I get trainers? It's a matter of, you got new trainers. Where they come from? Yeah. I don't know what excuse I was making.
What excuses did you have to make? Like, I was in the same kind of situation. Like, I was spending money. I would buy a new TV, or like when PS3 came out, I bought it. Like, and I used to say things like, I won it in a competition in Shopping City. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, they was doing a competition, and I won I won it, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what excuses would you use?
I think, I'm trying to tell a lie. There was another thing I used to do. I used to buy like designer things. Yeah, I would buy them and then sell them at a little bit more. So you remember like them Fori hats?
Yeah.
You remember those?
Yeah.
Like Fori hats. Like what else? Fori hats. They'll set like Lylan Scott hats I'll find on like Amazon. But let's say I see them at like £18, I'll get that and then shot it in school for like £30. So it's not even a mad drink, but nonetheless, because I'm doing it with a number of different things, like I could blend it now. So when they're asking where that money come from, I'm saying like, I just been buying and selling these things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So I used to mix and blend like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, so you're saying you went through all the school, didn't get kicked out?
Yeah, but you know what? I ended up going to Uganda at one point, because towards the end of year 9, that was 11. So the Tottenham riots and that have happened that same summer. Yeah. These times I've all tried to step in, my parents have all locked me in the house. I couldn't even get out.
Oh, what, you tried to step out?
Yeah, I was trying to go cash in, you see it. But it didn't even work out like that. But I think nonetheless, the way I was misbehaving, let's say, that summer.
One sec. Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, nonetheless, the way I was misbehaving, let's say that some of my parents are clocking, you got money for this and that. When I'm saying misbehaving, those things like, I'll chill at my brethren's house and I'm staying there for the night, but I ain't called home to say where I am. So they're thinking, where on earth are you? Do you get what I'm saying? For starters, you're not at home. Secondly, you're coming home with, you've paid for this and that, and it's like, how you even got that? So in their eyes, it's like, he's definitely going down the wrong road. For me, it's like, I'm just growing up, do you get what I'm saying? I didn't really see it as being too much of a bad you get it? Yeah. So from there, they've sent me out to Uganda. I was out there for a good like year and a half.
Word.
Done the whole of year 10 out there, a bit of year 11. At first, I was not trying to be out there, but I can't lie, my head of year at Glazemore, I can't lie, I felt like she was on my case. I was thinking anything to get away from her. But really and truly, it was for the better, do you get what I'm saying? But as a youth, you're not clocking. Yeah. So as a youth, I'm not thinking I'm that bad, do you get what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, there's nothing that's already been kicked out. Save all the like, what's the word? Like, or save all the lectures for them, do you get what I'm saying? Because she's told me like, the route you're going down, you're either going to end up in jail or dead, But I'm thinking, I'm ranking myself as like, I'm not a bad youth. I know youths that are like, not on badness, because man's not taking no badder. But it's like, these are worse as in like, they're not necessarily academic. So they're, I don't know, man, they're a bit more wayward, if that makes sense. Where I'm more switched on, it's just that I'm obviously dabbling, but always the aim was like, let me do this for a bit and then man's gonna go ledge after. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've always seen, whereas for them other youths, they were more on like, yeah, this is my road, this is the route I'm taking. Do you get what I'm saying? So when I'm getting lectured by head of year, now I'm thinking, bro, allow me, man. Do you get what I'm saying? You're spilling all this lecture to the wrong person. Yeah. But,
how was Uganda like? Did it fix you up?
It was nice to get in touch with my roots, 100%. I wouldn't say it fixed me up. I learnt more discipline. And I learnt my culture better. It definitely made me a lot more like communal. Like I don't know how, but like it definitely made me. It's one of them like, I don't know how to describe, but it taught me to like take care of your own. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if it was just a simple experience of being out there, but those little things we'll do. Like as a group, let's say my brethrens of like 6 of us. Let's say we'll have our lunch or whatever. But in order to, like you have water naturally, like you'll be able to have that for free. But if you wanted to buy like sodas, but let's say soda, that's just like a fizzy drink, innit? Yeah. So to pay for a fizzy drink or whatever, you need money for that. Now, if we couldn't buy drinks for all of us, it was a rule of like, yeah, we're not buying no drinks at all. It's not like 2 men are gonna have the drink out of the 5. It's like, no, if there's not drinks for all of us to go around, yeah, no one's getting no drink. We're all sipping water. Do you get what I'm saying?
I respect that, man.
But even though something so minor, like I feel like, it just taught man like, it's that group unity, kind of, do you get what I'm saying? But it's therefore a matter of like, anything man's doing, if man's pushing forward, I'm trying to bring all of my ones with me. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what it taught me. And it just taught man like, I don't know, it just brought it back home, especially being away from man's family. It just brought it back home, like family is everything, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But even your brethrens and that, like the ones you consider as family, do you get what I'm saying? It's like, you have to look after your own, do you get what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. What was the first, like when did you first get arrested? So not first went jail, but
first got arrested.
And what was the feeling behind that car? I know when you've got a strict family and
that was mad. The first one, I think I was in year 8, you know.
Damn.
I think was it year? Yeah, it was year 8 or year 9, but I'm sure it was year 8 still. Oh, pissed car. No, I shouldn't have got nicked that day, bro. Do you know what happened, yeah?
What happened?
Imagine, so there was one youth that moved to the area, yeah? And basically, like, he's always pre me when he's seeing me. Yeah. But I'm thinking, like, are you all right? Do you get what I'm saying? So, I can't remember if you've ever, like, spoken before. I think maybe it might have been a matter of, I'm sure it was a matter of, like, bro, why are you watching me? And it's like, I don't know, but there's tension nonetheless. Do you get what I'm saying? So, I think it was like, I'm trying to just ignore man and let man be. Cause I know you're not really trying to have drama with me on man's estate. You can see this is where man's local, you just moved in. So in your right mind, you're not trying to have no dramas with me, but you're still watching my face. So it's like, what is it? So at one point I've seen the youth and man just drapes him up and whatever, but I've gone to like strip him of like what he's got, like what you got for me kind of thing. You get it?
On top of that,
like just on a disrespect, because it's like you're preying me as if like, do you get what I'm saying? You're trying to take man's kindness for weakness. I'm trying to let you slide. I'm trying to let you cut through. But you're trying to take man's kindness for weakness. So it's like, man's moved to him, punched him up, and gone through his pockets and whatever. Then he's gone and spoke to whoever. So they've come round to the estate. But it's like, I've seen them in CID. Like, imagine I've done that, come off the estate, and then I've come back. I can't remember what I needed to come home for. So I've come home with one of my brethren, and in these times I'm seeing them boy there, but it's CID. When I'm seeing them now, obviously there's bare old youths on the other side of the estate. So I'm thinking I might need to slide, go warn them and say, yo, these are about. These times they're coming for man.
For you.
They're coming for man. So imagine.
Just didn't expect
like,
that. Yeah.
I'm in the flat now. So I'm in Tiverton, like I'm in the flat. And then I've tried to go one way, but at one point I'm clocked, like I think one of them tried to go in one of the doors. I'm thinking, hold on, they might be coming for man now. I've tried to go to cut. I've just heard freeze, something. I'm thinking, I don't even remember if I tried cut, but I think obviously where I didn't even try cut because I haven't emptied my man's pockets. He didn't have nothing for man.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you can't nick man. They've nicked man attempted robbery. I'm saying
For attempted robbery.
Yeah, attempted robbery.
Mad
Nick
thing.
man, gone cells and whatever. Yeah, the experience was just, it was mad. I'm thinking like, surely this ain't that deep.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Did your mums have to come get you?
So she's had to come get me. Yeah, I'm sure they took me to Wood Green police station. They took me to Wood Green. Yeah, like she weren't impressed at all. She wasn't impressed at all. I think, tell her like, it might have been year 9 something. Nah, it was year 8, man. It was definitely year 8. So I'm trying to think if that was what made me go that summer.
Did you explain to her like you had an altercation with someone? You didn't even, do you know what I'm saying? Or how did you explain it to her?
I don't even remember how I explained it, you know. I don't know. I think I tried to explain like I was a saint nonetheless. I think I tried to make it like, no, man, my man tried. I had to just, you get it? Like, I wasn't trying to tell her I was on some smoke and try.
Do you know what though? Do you know what I want to ask you? Yeah, it's like, why do you think that is though? Why do you think man them, especially with black people, why do you think a man has to be watching another man? And I say that in the sense of like, say there was a white you walking through the ends or something like that.
Watch them at all.
You probably just won't even look twice at that person. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like someone that, do you know what I'm saying? Like why do you think that happens? Because even to this day, yeah, you get youths just watching you, trying to probably check your gangs. I don't know what they're trying to do. Yeah, and then obviously that can escalate quite easily to a mad thing. That
so someone going hospital.
Yeah, or worse. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but why do you think it is though? Like, why do you think that happens?
It's mad, you know. It's a mad complex and it's so weird. But I think it stems from. I think at our root, it's like it's a masculinity thing. But I'm not sure where it comes from because surely it would be a matter of that with everyone that you see. Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah. But that's my point. Like,
I'm not necessarily going to be scoping a youth hard if it's a white youth. I'm not going to be scoping you hard if it's an Asian youth. But if it's a black youth, I'm going to, like, I think, I don't know where it stems from, you know. I'm trying to think.
But that's the maddest thing though. That like, see, a man just asks you and you don't even really know where it stems from, but you know, if you see another black youth, you know, to check that youth. Maybe it can come from, obviously in the end, like in the ends, yeah, the man them are usually black, and then you just got to be on point for that. Or maybe you might have had a madness with, do you know what I'm saying? And you see someone that you don't really recognize it. But I've noticed that even if you're not in the ends, even if like say man's on the train or say man's just walking down the road somewhere else, like man them will just be looking at you. And yeah, I just wanted to see what you thought about that, bro. Yeah.
I think it's the same thing you're saying. So when it comes to youths that are GMs or whatever, it's more likely to be a black youth. And I reckon that it's a matter of you cannot feel the need to test man's gangster because, like, I'll give you an example. In jail, I could definitely give you an example because that's where man's been.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's say now, if I've moved to your wing now and you don't know me, but you might have like just left me to it, like left man or whatever, my perception of you is likely to be like, oh, my man didn't try check man though, but my man didn't really, like, I don't think my man's a GM like that because, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
So I know that's how it is in the walk, so I'm assuming it's something similar on road. I think it's a matter of a bit of territory, man's being territorial, but it's also a matter of, even though man ain't really crossed paths when we're going to talk about each other again, let's say my face comes up, you're going to be like, oh, that was that was premium or something. So it's like, your gangster's still intact to some extent. I think it must root from there. That's the only logic to it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, even like one of my close friends now, like we first met each other, but we were screwing each other all the time. We used to walk past, you know, Dicks?
Yeah. I don't know him personally, but
yeah. But we used to school day, we used to screw each other like, and just be onto each other. And then we just end up being brethren afterwards. But yeah, no, I definitely heard that, man. But Bam, can we talk about obviously this big crime now, yeah, and like what led up to it? What was you arrested for, by the way?
So it was attempted murder.
Attempted murder.
Yeah, I'm still.
What led up to it?
Boy,
to the attempted murder, without obviously, you know.
Going into depth.
Yeah, but whatever you know, you can talk about whatever you've been convicted of. You know what I mean. You can.
All right, cool. yeah, I can't say too much, but so I've ended up coming back from Uganda. What was that? At the age of like 16. I've got nicked at 18, so there's a 2-year gap. So I come back at first, got into college and them thing there, trying to keep pushing the legit thing. But after maybe a couple months or something, it's obviously a matter of wanting to feel independent. So I've got back to drugging. Do you get what I'm saying? So in doing that, started doing quite well for myself. And it's got to a matter of, man, I slightly praying, and long story short, man, I praying, I'm doing quite well. Do you get what I'm saying?
So where were you shotting in the ends?
Yeah, in the end.
Okay.
Yeah, in the end. 1-5, but
and then other people started praying what you did.
Started praying, and it's a matter of, all right, cool, we're doing a bit well. That kind of thing, do you get what I'm saying? It's led to me ended up getting robbed. I got robbed on an occasion.
Yeah. How did that happen? And it's going to sound funny, but how did that make you feel, Car? I'm just trying to break down everything.
It was dark still. It was dark. It's not a nice feeling.
And you never been robbed prior to that, innit?
Nah.
Yeah, so that must have been a mad thing.
So yeah, it was kind of new. It was not shock to the system, because obviously you have to expect these things. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. When man's a thorough thinker, I'm always ready for worst case scenario. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, cool. What's the next move if this was to happen? But yeah, it's like line gone. I'm just thinking,
Oh, they took the line and everything.
Yeah, like it's like raw. Do you get what I'm saying? Then yeah, like, I don't know, it's mad, because obviously it was like, it's a matter of in-house, so it's like...
You don't need to say names or...
We won't even say names, but there's a lot of knowing where to find people, do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, so...
Do you get what I'm saying? On both ends.
Okay, so you guys kind of knew each other, knew of each other, and knew where to find each other.
So it's like knowing a lot of info on each other on both ends, do you get what I'm saying? So it's like... There was a small thought of like, take it there or don't take it there. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's like, end of the day, it's looking very likely that man's gonna be. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a person of like, no one can ever draw the line for man. Man's taking it way further than you'll even be willing to take it. So man's taking it over there. You get it?
Yeah. Did you feel like after they've done that, did you feel like you had to go out and do a mad thing?
I felt like I had to still.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to still.
And then yeah, so...
And I can't get into detail, but we're back and forth.
Oh, was that back and forth? So it wasn't just an instant...
Yeah, I can't talk too much, but because it was back and forth, it was like, more than enough reason to take it there.
Okay. Okay. And then you took it there?
Yeah.
And then, how did you get arrested then?
Mine was a bit wild, man. They all grabbed man at the scenes, though.
Oh, at the scene?
They all grabbed man at the scenes.
Oh, was it all bait?
Yeah, it was wild. It was like, feds were local, and it's like, they've seen some motion, and they're like, because it's a back road, they're thinking I'm trying to break into a car, but little do they know, I'm trying to take it there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, they've come down the road, and I've tried to cut, and I've gone down the next road and whatever, dashed whatever, and then they've grabbed man. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I'm stepping with two, so it's like, they've not clocked the one man dash. They've just seen one on man at first.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I can say it's on camera, but it's a shank, innit? I'm stepping with shank.
Yeah, you can.
You get what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah,
you get.
Yeah, you've done the bird for it. So I'm saying whatever you've done bird for it, or you're not gonna get another check.
Yeah.
However, you're just not gonna incriminate yourself. You can say it, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you dashed the nank.
Yeah.
But you had another one on you.
Yeah. So when they've come, obviously they've grabbed man, and they've seen that one first, so they're thinking, all right, cool. Possession of blade alcohol, rare. But while searching the vicinity, they're saying, hold up, I swear that's juice. Do you get what I'm saying? On the next thing, gone round the corner, my man bleeding out, in and out of consciousness, airlifted. Luckily, he's still around. Yeah.
So even at that point, yeah, when obviously, when did you, like, obviously you knew it was peak, yeah, did you think that he might pass? Or did you think, was that a possibility? It
was a possibility, because even when man gone to the station, they were on, man. They would, like...
Did they first arrest you for AM or was it...
I'm sure it was, yeah. It was AM straight away.
Yeah.
So it was AM straight away. They didn't even suggest GBH at all until it went to court. Do you get what I'm saying? When it was going to trial on the indictment, GBH. But until then, I think the injuries in that kind of sustained. I don't know what it was. But yeah, they were kind of considering it as AM. And I think due to the fact that man been grabbed at the scene, it's a matter of like, their thing was, well, if we didn't come, you weren't stopping. So therefore was AM.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, when man first got to the station, they were like, look like...
Sorry, let me cut you. What differentiates, Section 18, GBH from an AM? Because like you said, like you was trying to cut from the scene, or is it the severity of the injuries? Like what differentiates?
So I think in this case in particular, I think their story was definitely both of those factors. So they were saying that the fact that at the scene, do you get what I'm saying? Because it's not like it's happened and I've gone and then you love nicked me after. It's like you guys have caught man in the act. Do you get what I'm saying? So their story was, if we didn't stop you, back roads. Do you get what I'm saying? Like murder she wrote. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was their thing. And then furthermore, the injuries as well, where it's all upper body. It's like,
No,
do you get what I'm saying? Because you know, a matter of, there's a lot of cases where, let's say if somebody does go, like let's say if they, do you get what I'm saying? They might be like, oh, well,
he was
tried to get him in the leg. It wasn't intentional, but with man, it's a number of injuries.
Is it from chest upwards? Like, is chest upwards?
I don't know, but I think with in man's case, it's all upper body, a number of injuries. So it's like, you weren't trying to give him a leg shot and just, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on their behalf, they're like, nah, we're running for AM.
Yeah. So how did you feel then? Like, cause this ain't no joke thing. This is AM, and you know that carries a heavy sentence. You know, how was you feeling? And then you know, in regards to your family, you know, certain people that you might have had around you, like, how did you feel at that point?
It was mad because like, obviously, man had always like seen a possibility of like, right, imagine if man go. You get what I'm saying? If man go there. But like, when like, it was just like, nah, do you get what I'm saying? I just thought, not even to be bold, but I just thought I was too smart. Do you get what I'm saying? If I'm really being true and honest, like I thought I was too smart. Because I just, everyone's always said you've got mad potential. Do you get what I'm saying? You can go on to do great things. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, this ain't part of the story. This ain't part of man's plan. Do you get what I'm saying?
Part of the plan.
So it's like, nah, this can't be part of the plan. Do you get what I'm saying? And obviously, man's feeling hard done by. I'm feeling like, right, I was minding my own business and man have come and stepped on my property and stepped on my, do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, man's just doing what you done to man. So what, and man's getting locked. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bitter pill to swallow.
100%. And I guess that's like, when you deep it, that's just the roads for you, innit? Because like you said, you got hella potential, you know, and from young you've been a smart brother, you can hustle and da-da-da-da. But then you're in the ends amongst the other crabs, you know what I'm saying, in the bucket, and then all of a sudden someone wants to trod on your thing, and then you do your thing, and then now you're doing
a big bird,
big bird, missing out a chunk of your life, bro, you know. And now you're here, you just come out, 12 weeks ago, do you know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I guess, like, that old saying, like, you're either gonna end up dead or in jail. Like, even if you are smart, because you was a smart brother, like, and you know, obviously I haven't mentioned this yet, but we was in jail together, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you've always been a smart brother, and I know you differently, but you know, I guess it like doesn't matter how smart you are, in the end, those are the two options. Like, that's how I feel anyways.
Yeah, I think the way it works is a matter of like, you could step behind the wheel as a driver and be like, I'm an experienced driver, I'm good. But that don't stop anybody else from swerving into you, do you get what I'm saying? And it being a collision. So it's literally a matter of, you can have your thing patterned on the roads and feel like, right, I'm on the right trajectory, I'm smart, I'm gonna cut through. But it's just a matter of somebody else swerving into your lane, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a good analogy, bro. I like that one still. So bam, so you've gone to court, took it to trial.
Yeah, took it to trial still.
Yeah, gone to trial. What was it, Old Bailey?
No, it was Snaresbrook. It was meant to be a Wood Green Crown Court at first, and they've changed it to Snaresbrook.
Right. So you gone Snaresbrook, gone to trial, thinking you're gonna bust the case.
Not even thinking. Do you know what it was? It was a matter of like, the chances were so slim, but it was like, because you know what, there was little things where it was like, if man can bait them up and make it clear that these lot have given misinfo, maybe man can cut through, like maybe a dismissal of trial, because they're saying they found a weapon on man. Do you get what I'm saying? Where man's dashed it, and little things, there was a couple other little things where it was like, I've had a pouch on, and obviously like they got CCTV of the thing. So it's like, my man's clearly got a pouch on, with man you can't see it. Reason being, I'm going under my jacket, do you get what I'm saying? But nonetheless, there was few minor details that could have worked in my favour, and it's like, they were so minor, but one of them was like, bruv, man's gonna wait on a miracle. Because when I'm chatting to my barrister, they're talking about raw. So they first of all said, even if you were to go guilty for the GBH, they're very likely to still run trial for AM. So I'm saying, all right, cool. Furthermore, they're saying, if you were to go guilty, because they didn't even mention the 15 at first, they basically said, raw, if you were to go guilty and try to run a GBH, let's say, you're looking at like an 8-4. Said if you're found guilty, if you were to run trial, you're looking at like a 12-6. So to a man, it's all 10-5 either way, do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's a small, tiny punt of me taking my risk, probably like a 2% chance, 4% chance of busting it. Do I run that and try to have my freedom where man wasn't even expect that? Obviously, no one's expecting to go to the watch, you know what I'm saying? It was so, but obviously a lot of man, it's like you might get nicked and then you get bailed and then you know it's coming. This was so like snatched off the roads where it's like, raw, they done man like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Describe
So it was like 8-4, 12-6. They're still gonna run trial for AM. Like, might as well try bust the whole thing. Do you get what I'm saying? As much as it was so slim, like it was so ridiculous. Like, I think anyone sitting in that courtroom, I don't know if you asked bro off camera after, but it was like, it's not gonna happen. But man, just sitting there waiting on a miracle, because it's like man couldn't sit there and give them the W. Do you get what I'm saying? I couldn't stomach the fact that man felt hard done by it. I couldn't sit there and stomach giving them the W, like, all right, cool, and say, I'm guilty. I physically couldn't do it. Do you get what I'm saying?
So I'm guessing, you know, the victim or the witness didn't turn up. I'm guessing.
He didn't turn up. So
I can understand why you might feel like you had a good chance. What did they G you on then? Like, what did they?
So basically, there's a lot of theories that man has around what they've done with my man, where he's not turned up, but he signed a medical record, didn't it? He signed a medical record. I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but like basically, if they didn't have the injuries, they wouldn't really have had great grounds to still try to say AM, because for all you know, with no injury record, I could have been doing this and there's no entry. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's say, do you get what I'm saying? So without medical records, their case would have been a lot weaker. Do you get what I'm saying? There's even a possibility of going, GBH section 20. Do you get what I'm saying? But obviously,
but he was on CCTV as well, innit?
Yeah. So it's like they know it's man, but like you ain't got injury records. You get what I'm saying? But whatever, my man's obviously allowed them to have the medical. You have to sign for it, innit? He's obviously allowed them to have medical records. So on that basis, they now know the depth of the injuries, and obviously they've said all of this in court. Do you get what I'm saying? They're saying this and that laceration and and they're mentioning a number of organs. Do you get what I'm saying? Where it's making their intent look worse. Do you get what I'm saying?
So you reckon, you know, really and truly, he should have probably just said, like obviously, like, nah, I just don't want nothing to do with court, basically. Like.
Yeah, ideally I would have.
Yeah.
I won't talk too much.
Bam. So what? You got found guilty. Was your family in the court?
Yeah.
They must be
Mum's all
pissed.
broke down and everything there. I'm thinking,
Did she know what type of? Did she know what type of range it was? Like if you used to, because
man was convicted.
Yeah, because I met like people that was on AMs that was getting 27s and that 27 do half. Or 25 do half, and these mad birds for AMs. Did you know what type of range your sentence would have been in?
They were saying I would have been looking at 12. They were saying a 12-6. So at that point it was a bit like, all right, cool, like 8-4, 12-6, all right, cool. More or less 10-5 on average, but that's the worst case scenario, cool. So that's what we were looking at until sentencing day. It's like, I've got found guilty. We're talking about, all right, I'm looking at 12. Then sentencing days come like a month later. Come to court. Barristers talking about, so after having reviewed the grounds, not the grounds, but like the ranking of whatever AM it is. He's like, yeah, the starting point's 15 years. But he was like, I'm sitting there like, yo, bad man, you said 12 years. What are you talking about? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm already at peace with the conviction. Do you get what I'm saying? So it was like, nothing else is really gonna knock me now, because it's like, at this point, I've already been in the walk for a good 9 months, and they throw man in the deep and they put man straight in Pentonville at 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So man's all walking around, and man, I'm like, yo, what? How old are you? What, 16? I'm saying, nah, bro, I'm 18. Yeah. Saying, yo, you look as young as you're younger than my son. I'm thinking, bro, I don't care about your son, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Forget your son, he's not on what man's on. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's like man's already in the deep end, and it's like, before going to the walk, you're kind of like, right, man, going to be able to handle it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I remember, like, I'm going off topic a bit, but I remember, the first day of being in the Ville, I remember, like, stepping out on the landing, and I'm seeing beer man with cuts on their faces. I'm saying, yo, this is looking like it's bigger than me still. Do you get what I'm saying? And I went to my cell that night and I prayed. I said, Lord God, I don't know how long I'm going to have to spend here, but please, no cuts on my face, please. And do you know what it was? It was a matter of, like, before getting jail, you're kind of like, because you don't know what to expect, or man's slightly thinking like, oh, I don't know how it works, because man's heard about like enough use. Let's say there's rappers that have gone jail and it's like they're bad boys on the road, but then in the walk they're not on nothing. So I'm kind of like, let me not be too fast to say I'm on badness wherever I go. I'm kind of like, I might have to go there and swallow a bit of pill or two. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I don't know like how it is in there. But I remember from the first day getting there, I just knew it was a matter of I'm not taking no check, I'm not taking no banner. Don't get me wrong, there's been a few times where man's been G-checked or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? It happens to everyone. A man not going to come here and move like it's never been adapting. Do you get what I'm saying? Man's been G-checked, it happens.
Real shit, man.
But but long story short, it's a matter of, I know I'm not taking no bad up. Do you get what I'm saying? I know in my heart of hearts, I'm not taking no bad up. Do you get what I'm saying? So when I'm looking around and see men with cuts on their faces, I'm thinking, yo, that all might be me in a year. Do you get what I'm saying? So man's gonna pray that prayer. I said, Lord God, please don't let me get cut in my face. And I think there's two scenarios where I come close to it. But them prayers
we're gonna definitely get into
them prayers were fruitful still, car. My face, you get me clean, man, you see it?
Yeah. Come on, bro. And you've done all the B cats and that. Come on, my bro. But yeah, so bam, so you got sentence. You've kind of spoken about it just now, but what was your first? How was your first night in jail like? Or I would say after your sentence, you got your 8. You got 16 do 8, right?
It was 15 do 7.5.
15 do 7.5, and you had extra days.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So you got 15 do 7.5. Yeah. You've come back with a 15. You know you got to ride minimum 7.5. How old are you at this point?
So just turned 19. Yeah.
Just turned 19. So you know you're coming out 25, 26 kind of thing. What's your thought process then? Like, how do you prepare yourself for that? Or are you thinking about a pill, or are you just thinking like...
Yeah, so first, like, they were talking about grounds of a pill. I can't remember what the judge had said, but I can't remember where it was, but barristers were talking about, we got grounds for a pill. I'm saying, cool, maybe a pill's gonna work. But on the whole, it was like, man's preparing for the worst, even though man's hoping for the best, man's still preparing for the worst. So it was a matter of, cool, 7.5, but it's like, that's a that's a big chunk of time. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, man's comparing it to like secondary school, because secondary school is
5 years,
formative years of your life. Do you get what I'm saying? In that 5 years, there's a lot of growth. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, man doing secondary school and a half. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm thinking that's...
And a bit of college,
This is what I'm saying. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I couldn't get my head around doing so long. Do you get what I'm saying? It was like, that's a mad amount of time. Do you get what I'm saying? But I couldn't break it down, because it was like, anything men do is like, I'm kind of a person where I want the success criteria from early, so I know how to go through it. Do you get what I'm saying? But there was no manual. Do you get what I'm saying? It was just a matter of, you're going to be... I knew I was going to more or less be going across the country. Yeah. And...
Was this your first time in prison, by the way?
First time in jail.
Whoa,
First time in jail.
Yeah.
So you know with set man, like, it's like, they might have been to Felts already or something, where it's like, they know how to maneuver, or at least you know 1-2 man. Do you get what I'm saying? You're stepping somewhere and it's like, once you know someone, you're a bit more comfortable, you're a bit more at ease. Man didn't have that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Word. And do you know what as well, for me, when I got a 10, and then, because obviously before that I'd been going to prison, but it was bare C-cap. And then when they had told me, now you're going to a B-cap prison, like you're going to long-termers and stuff like that, that's when I was like, whoa. Like, because you know, C-cap's more easier, more comfy, you could say, like, not comfy, maybe it's more, yeah, but you know what I mean, innit? It's just a bit more of a cut through, innit? And then it was like, yeah, you go and B-Cats, and then, but for me, when I went to the B-Cats, the high security long termers or whatever, yeah, I felt a bit better because I was surrounded by man that was doing big years. Even a man like yourself, yeah, even you was doing longer than man, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, I found comfort in that, and I'm sure, like, how did you feel? Like, did you feel the same?
Yeah, without a doubt. When you're obviously by the time I reached, tell a lie, because the first jail that man went to was Ellsbury, so they've shipped man out to Ellsbury, young offenders, obviously. So after sentencing him, let's say within like a month of that, shipped straight to Ellsbury. I remember the first brother that I bucked, he's a listener in reception, my good brethren Courtney. Good stuff, he's in Swelly right now. Good stuff, my proper good brethren.
Yeah,
I remember when I bumped into him, so obviously after sentencing, when man's still in the Ville, like I remember like man's guy in Serbia and man are like, hey man just got 15 on top of his plate, they're putting bare rice on man's plate. They're like, no, like you get me, obviously bare oldies, like little bro just got a big bird, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Topping up man's plate or whatever at Servery. So it's like, not that man had status, but it was like my status was more or less longest bird on the wing, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's what I was used to. It was a matter of like, yeah, no one's doing the sentence that I'm doing here anyway. Yeah. So when I got shipped out, the first question he's asked me like, Ross, are you doing long? So I'm not really trying to like boast, but I'm slightly on a too long, but 15, you get it, assuming that a man's gonna be like, yo, you're doing a bird. Yeah. The man said, oh yeah, that's not long.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know, like...
Yeah.
So, man, it was one of them where it was like, I had to ask, even though with me, it's like, you know, there's always intent behind what someone's saying when they say something to you. So it's like, for example, I could be telling you a story about how I've mashed work, but it's like, unless I'm telling you about it in a banter way, like it was funny the way it happened.
I'm trying to warm me
I'm more or less trying to show you that raw man's on some smoke, you know what I'm saying? So when the man now said that's not long, I know you're trying to show man levels on the like, that's not long, do you get what I'm saying? So I didn't want to ask, but I'm very curious. If you're telling us my 15 is not a bird, what are you dealing with, do you get what I'm saying? What are you dealing with, bad man? So I'm saying, how long you doing? And I said, 27 years.
Damn.
I'm saying, what, like...
Wreck.
Yeah, I'm saying what? No, he said wreck, like I'm doing the whole 27.
Yeah.
So from there, I'm like, all right, cool. Man's dealing with, because I'm assuming because I'm going to YOs, it's going to be, assuming it's going to be like Feltham, because Feltham's obviously local, everyone more or less been to Feltham.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's going to be enough youths not doing too long. So when the man turned around and said 27, I'm like, all right, cool, yeah. There's a lot of a man in the deep end alongside me. And furthermore, man can't complain because a lot of men are doing birds. There's a lot of life is it, do you know what I'm saying? Which I found out in a couple of weeks. But man was in the deep end still.
No, okay, yeah, man, I heard that, and it is, it's crazy, but it is better like when a man's just like, you know, your bird, like I would love to switch birds with you, and then you feel to yourself, you know what, at least I got a light at the end of the tunnel, do you know what I'm saying? Was you on some parole, or was it?
Not parole, still.
A straight sentence, yeah. It's crazy though, yeah, because I know someone that did a manslaughter, and he had 12D6, so he did less than you, but he actually killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a bit wild. And you was a young offender, you was a wild
18, but do you know what it was? It was a matter of like, had man just been 17, I could have not cut through, but would have got a lot less. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was one of them where it was like, you're 18, you're officially an adult now. Yeah, you're getting. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing the book at you, basically.
Yeah. So how did you maintain your relationships through that time? Like, not necessarily have to be girls, but maybe friends. Did you keep in contact with your friends, family?
Yeah. At first, there was a number of people. Like, if it was not even associates, there was friends where it was like I was one of them. Like, I'd rather cut you off. But then obviously you've got your bridges, your dogs, them like bro off camera, and so on that are like family. Where it's like, I couldn't even try to cut you lot off. You lot are going to bad me up and say, shut up, do you get what I'm saying? Man's not going nowhere, do you get what I'm saying? So it was like, anyone that I could tell, it was a matter of, you go do your thing because I'm here for a long time. You're probably not going to be around for the whole term. So let's cut ties from now. Yeah. Whereas the other people that I'm talking about, which is family, I can't even say my brethren, that's family. Yeah. It was like, boy, we're here for you until you get out the gates again, do you know what I'm saying?
Come on, real shit,
So yeah, it was a matter of like, letters at first, but letters is long sometimes, man. I feel like...
And you get, like, you do understand it, innit? Because, like, when you're outside, because even right now, you probably got man them in there now, letters is a bit long, innit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you kind of understand that when you're out, innit? But when you're in there, you're like, bro, where's my letters at, man? You know what I'm saying? But go on, carry on, sorry.
Yeah, but it was a matter of, like, phone calls often, visits, and obviously when I'm still local, it's easy. Visits weren't hard. You're talking Caledonian Road, you're 25 minutes from T.
Yeah.
So that was all right. But then, even in moving, bro, these are coming across the country. Man's in Loudon. These are begging me for a visit. You know, I'm on the like, it's far, don't bother coming. Yeah. They're like, no, when's the next vacancy? Man's coming. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So those are the things there where you just realise who's really down for you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though man didn't question it before, but it just illustrates it that better and it's a lot more clear.
100%.
But I don't need to question, even though man didn't. Like, you get it.
I guess it's like when you've really got nothing, prison is like you got nothing, innit? And you got nothing to offer, then you can see who actually wants, like loves you for who you are, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Not for what you've got or da-da-da-da-da. Or because I heard the saying, and it was like being in prison is like being in dead,
like
but being able to see who visits you, kind of thing.
Who visits your grave,
who visits your grave, and that's some real shit, man.
It's true. That's true because it's mad. It's like, how can I explain it? There's brethren that it's like, I know they've got love for man, but it's like you didn't go above and beyond. You didn't take the time to come on a visit, or you didn't take the time to send man bread. You get what I'm saying? And then now man's out here talking about, oh, come link me, and it's like, you can't even ask that man really.
Word. I'm the same, bro. Like I lost quite a few friends, bro. Cause I just felt to myself like, you know, like what was our friendship? Like, cause you couldn't see me, you couldn't. But you know me, I've always had a mash in most of my jails that I've been in. I always had a phone. You could just DM me, you could just get my number and just ask how man's doing. Just little things like that you'd expect of a good friend, innit? And that shit didn't really happen that much. What was the difference between YOs, like you said you was in Aylesbury? I see a documentary in Aylesbury.
Okay,
like a rough prison.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you say the difference between YOs and, for example, high securities like Loudon that you was in? Adults.
I think YOs, it's more, you're way easier to get drawn out. Way easier to get drawn out in a simple sense of like, man are just taking your kindness for weakness easily, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, with man, I'm trying to think. So let's say man get a job, because man's smart and whatever, it wouldn't be hard for me to get a job like, let's say, listener or, I don't know, payment or whatever. So man will go down that route and da-da-da-da. But when I see a man, I've listened to shows more time, it's a green top, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, when I see a green top, I'm thinking man's a punk or something, do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's mad, because I feel like Aylesbury had a clean run for a good year, do you get what I'm saying? For a good year, man, good job, man was calm, man was all enhanced and whatever. Then the next year and a half after that, downward spiral, do you get what I'm saying? And it was a matter of like, I think, it weren't even like man was letting bare things slide at first, but I think it was like, man just put man in the category of let him do his own thing. He's over there doing, whether it be peer mentoring or whatever. So yeah, Jay's in that lane, do you get what I'm saying? But then, I don't know, I think after there was a set madness that man had, and then it was like, where man just lost everything now. And man's bare frustrated anyway, because it's like, I'm not gonna say that man like violence, but it's man's, do you get what I'm saying? Like, for example, going gym, it's man's way to let off steam, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, man's been so far from letting off steam, and man's been doing the good youth thing. So when it's popped down and they've taken everything from man, whether it be you've gone down to basic and all of that, it's like, what, man's lost man's job now? Like, say man was in, do you get what I'm saying? So now it's like, all right, cool, I'm doing things my way then, do you get what I'm saying? Like, so from there, it was kind of a matter of like, man just having bare madnesses. And the thing is that, because it's a matter of man are taking kindness for weakness, so it's a thing where it's like, a man assuming I'm not going to mash it on him because you're with all your brethren on the wing. It's like, bro, I don't care if I'm outnumbered. Do you get what I'm saying? I really don't. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm having a madness with my man, and then not even as brethren I get involved in that set day, because I might have picked a good time to set it.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of now on free flow. If man bucking into your brethren, it's goal time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like madness after madness, and then these are my brethren over there, and now these are trying to take there's whatever. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how jail just unfolds. So yeah, just a lot of things like that where it's like, I've moved wing, and then there's a set batch of man that kind of have the wing boxed.
Yeah.
So because of that, you're almost trying to make man feel like a second class citizen, and it's like, bro, it's not happening. Do you get what I'm saying? I'll get you on your own. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't think your brothers are gonna save you. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of just some slightly in Ellsbury in particular. It's unfolded like that where man's having madness after madness. After the first year of a clean run, madness after madness of things like that, where it's like I've had a madness with my man, but because you got bare brethren, so now it's goal time every time I see any of them. Those kind of situations.
So when you went into like adults, and that, how did you find your time there?
So adults, the first experience was peak. Reason being, I've gone to Wood Hill and it's an ACAT.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't know if I can talk about this on camera too tough, but obviously, ACAT, even though it was a local, nonetheless, the accent have it boxed in it. Do you get what I'm saying? So imagine I've mashed up someone while man's still in Ellsbury. They're now there in Wood Hill, but this person's an act. Do you get what I'm saying? So now this person wants to revenge, saying, well, my man's in the jail. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, man, I know a man from the jump. Like, I've got in the jail. And obviously, everyone knows, man, it's either Johnny or JonJon. Do you get what I'm saying? So, more time when man's going through Ellsbury, whatever, everyone, because man, are bare familiar, like, oh, Johnny. So, I remember I'm seeing set youths, whether it be like gym induction, and I'm saying JonJon, expecting that man ain't gonna know that name. Oh, what Johnny, yeah? I'm thinking, bro, these are really no man's landed. You get what I'm saying? Like my name was circulating around the jail when it's a matter of a man saying, yo, I want that you. Do you get what I'm saying? He has to get got. So flipping, even from induction, like someone told man, like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, my man's over on that wing, but he's already trying to send kites. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it will be on top for you in this jail. But I'm kind of thinking it can't be, man. Surely it's like, let's say it's like the axe ain't gonna have man having crashed it on an act. They're gonna be on, it's gonna be the youth that's more man's age, you get what I'm saying? But when I'm trying to get into depth and understand how the thing's set, man, I say, nah, dog, it's everyone, you get what I'm saying?
So I think a lot of people probably don't actually know this, because certain jails are Muslim run, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the brother thing, innit? The Aki thing, And say, for example, you're a Christian and you set it on a Muslim, then the chances are, it does, like, you don't have to know the person, they don't have to know you, whatever, but they will mash work on you. They're like, you know, the order's been made, and now it's long for you, basically. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes. Like the man them back each other in it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But then I've had, in my experience, you know, I've been cool with a lot of the brothers as well. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all brothers, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
But I get it, like,
it's never been a matter of segregation where it's like, oh, man's a Christian, they're at.
It's never.
You know this as well. But obviously, when it comes to madness, it feels like they push man away. Where it's like I'll give you an example. There's even set times in man's in Wood Hill when it's like, I'll see a brother like salute everyone and then come to man and be like, oh, salam alaikum or whatever, and be like, oh, you're Ak. No, I'm a Christian. And then the demeanor just changes. Like,
the energy just changes. Like, it's mad. That's true. That's true. That does happen. You get me? But then, if you go,
I feel mad talking on it because I don't want to feel like I'm trying to talk man down at all. Do you get what I'm saying? But I want to give them the real of how it is. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's the reality. You know what I'm saying? Is and like man said, man's around the axe more time. Do you know what I'm saying? Man might be the only Christian around the brothers and that, and man respect the thing and everything like that. But that just happens, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, that actually happens, and that's why I think personally, that's why you get some youths that will convert or revert or whatever to just for protection. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's not actually dedicated. He's not actually dedicating himself to it or nothing like that. He just wants to cut through while he's there. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that stuff does actually happen. Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
try to continue how the situation unfolded. Yeah, so I've got to a wing now because I've seen a couple of my brethren, one of them from T furthermore as well. So when I've got to their wing, I'm kind of trying to like get to grips of how it works, or like who do I need to be careful of? Do you get what I'm saying? I need to know who knows them, man, who knows that who might try a thing on the wing. Do you get what I'm saying? But they're not really trying to like show, and they're kind of saying furthermore, I'm not gonna, like, they know how man is. It's a matter of like, if I'm back's against the wall, I'm gonna say it first. Do you get what I'm saying? That's just how man is. Do you get what I'm saying? They're kind of, I'm not gonna lie, you can't, because if you do, it just makes the situation worse. You can't now crack it again. It's gonna make it even worse. And they're saying furthermore, they're telling them about some lists. They're saying something like where all the ACAT jails or something, there's a set list where it's like,
Bro.
if you've done wrong and your name is on that list, which is very likely if you were to set it,
Yeah.
when you go to that jail, you're gonna think you're fine and dandy, and bro, you're gonna get a big wake up call at one point, and you're gonna end up going hospital or worse. Do you get it?
Man, want to discuss this list, yeah, but I heard about this list, but I thought it was a bit of a myth. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but man's heard about this list, and then, you know, you get some people, yeah, some ignorant people. For example, there will be a guy that will be in the block, and then like they'll be cussing out the Muslims or whatever, but from the protection of being in the block. But or like I heard about a situation where a man burnt the Quran or whatever.
Okay.
And he got put on this list, you know, and then wherever he goes, like wherever
his
he
number's
goes,
marked,
his number is marked, especially in the dispersals. You get me? But I heard about this, but I was like, oh, that might be a fable or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But there isn't. But we saying there is an actual list.
I've heard a story. Do you know? I've heard something about a youth from Hackney where apparently he's done some sort of madness, gone to an ACAT job, gone to a dispersal, thought he was comfy.
Talking about Dubsy.
I believe that's the one, you know.
Yeah,
I believe that's the one.
That. Yeah, Dubsy.
And then in the showers one day,
I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he
opened up. But yeah, so I've been told about this list now. Do you get what I'm saying? So I've not seen it physically. I didn't end up going to ACAT. Do you get what I'm saying? But
in Whitemore, was that in Whitemore?
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but basically it's like I never actually got to physically see the list, but I'm having two men tell me, brother, there's a list and your name will end up on that list. You don't want it on that list. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like
you can get very low.
Because man's like as a BCAT, you can easily go to ACAT. It's not really a thing. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not a matter of like, oh, you're not ranked as ACAT, so you're not going there.
Yeah.
And obviously with Wood Hill, it was an ACAT but a local, so it's like there was no rules as to where you're going. It was kind of like once a vacancy comes, they can come to you any day and say, all right, you're going Whitemore. All right, you're going Franklin. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't have no say. Do you get what I'm saying? So flipping. Yeah, so it was like, I've never seen a list physically, but a man's told me in detail, if you crack it, you're going on that list and you don't want to be on that list. Do you get what I'm saying? And that was what I needed to know. Do you know what I'm saying?
So did they say you was on that list?
So they were saying that if I do crack it again, I'm very likely to end up on that list. Because I was on a thing of like, I'm not comfy on the wing now. Do you get what I'm saying? You're telling me that there's youths here that might take man's side and crack it on man. I'm not comfy. When I'm not comfy, it's goal time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no two ways about it. I'm not going to sit here and be uncomfortable. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's goal time. So let me know who. They're like, brother, you can't do that. Do you get what I'm saying? But they're saying, furthermore, let me just try to squash it on your behalf. This, that. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me leave it in your hands where you know better because my initial thing is my back's against the wall, it's goal time. But you're saying take time. I reckon man can find a solution. So let me leave it in your hands in the meantime. But I know worst case scenario is goal time. Do you get what I'm saying? So I've kind of left it like that.
And did he manage to squash it for you?
So nah. Like imagine even like a older brother has approached me at one point and he's like, oh my brother, you alright? Like, oh, you got dramas in the jail. Like he's already know. Basically, my name's ringing. He kind of knows. So he's coming to approach me like, bro, like you got drums in the jail. I'm kind of like, boy, I can't lie. There is someone here that, but I'm not saying it as if like, oh, I'm onto my man. I'm like, bruv, like a man's had an issue in YOs. The man's here in the jail. I know say they've got an issue with man. I'm not screaming I'm onto no one, but nonetheless, I am going to defend myself if it comes to that. And he's kind of like, my brother, like, I'm not going to lie. I think he's not trying to threaten me, but something along the line, it won't go well for you kind of thing. Like, he's just like, I'd advise you best to try to get it squashed. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd advise you best to try to get it squashed. Yeah, something along those lines, you know what I'm saying? But it was never a thing where you tried to intimidate man or make man feel away. It was literally a matter of my brother, like, I hope all the best for you kind of thing, but it will go left.
And that's how it be, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
And sometimes you gotta do art of war, you know, and things like this. I don't know how you dealt with that situation. Obviously you're gonna tell me, but sometimes it is probably best to say, you know what, rather squash it, because you know, unless you're not, you know, it will get long, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But go on, how did you end up concluding?
So imagine, I've started clocking the vibe on the wing. I was on that wing for, let's say, I think it was 2 weeks. So the first week weren't too mad. I think the first week was all right. I can't remember how long was I think maybe less than 2, maybe like 10 days. But after a good like 3 days, there was a good like 5 days where I'm clocking now like funny behavior. Do you get what I'm saying? Where I feel like I know who the possible youths are, but I ain't got confirmation. So with me, when my back's against the wall, I'm kind of like, I want to go. I'm like, as in goal time, but I ain't got confirmation. This one's saying you're going to try find a solution. So my hands are tied, do you get what I'm saying? But I'm feeling uncomfortable where I'm like, bro, I'm not going in the shower now. Do Do you get what I'm saying? Man's having to just do the cell wash thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like a good 5 days.
Shower,
do you get what I'm saying? I'm thinking no cameras is peak. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, brother, good 5 days, man, feeling uncomfortable. I can't even get in the shower, bro. Man's having to cell wash. Like, I'm mad uncomfortable. This is more frustrating as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Where it's like, and furthermore, because it's like, what I've started clocking is that the youths in particular that were like, I've started getting funny energy from where I'm clocking, it might be them. These youths are Wood Hills in Milton Keynes, innit? These youths are local to there. So you're not bad youths at all. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not a bad bone in your body. But you've got a backing behind you where you are on smoke now. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just mad for man to even like fathom it, because it's like you could never chat to man. Do you get what I'm saying? You could never chat to man, but I could see in your energy. Do you get what I'm saying? That you feel like you're a someone out there, and it's like, bro, it's a matter of like you ain't see man CV. Like forget, but that's how I feel. Do you get what I'm saying? So boom, So long story short. Let me not even bring up my brethren from T, where he's giving me the drop in it. Where he's basically like, I'm not gonna lie, they're looking to do you today, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, I beg you, just give me names, please. Like, let me just, don't make me go out wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm saying, I beg you, bro, don't let me go out wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? Because obviously it's social, there's pool balls about and rare. I'm not trying to get snaked. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, he told me a couple of names. I'm not gonna lie, there's a good like 5 man today. Yeah, they're looking to mash you up. So I'm saying, all right, cool. I said, my bro, I appreciate it. So these time I'm working in the kitchens. So even at one point, ideally, I was trying to get full time in the kitchen. So man's not even on the wing too tough. So at least man can slide away the drama. But long story short, it ain't unfolded like that. So he told man it's go time. I go in kitchens in the morning, come back, and then boom, bust doors for Soch. So I've come out for a sec. I'm pre-in the scenery. I've seen the youth who man's been named or whatever, gone in my soul. But my go-to more time, corned beef in the sock, innit? Corned beef in the sock. I've come out, boom, goal time. Do you get what I'm saying? I've set it. Do you get what I'm saying? I've gone to set it, naturally. Like,
so you didn't wait for them to set it?
Nah, I'm just kind of like, do you know what it is? It's like
the best offense, the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, but not in a way where I'm saying, like I mentioned earlier, it's not like man like violence, but it's like I just want to get to it. I don't want to wait around. Like it's like, bro, if it's goal time, if I'm gonna lose, let's go. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so boom, so man's come out, corned beef in the sock, licked one. I've always ended up licking the wrong youth. Imagine that. So it's like there's 2 standing there. So when I've gone for the first youth, it's like he's already backed off already. So when he's gone to back off, I'm trying to wheel it back. I've licked this youth now. So it's like, let's say that you said this youth here. I've gone to lick this youth here. He's backed off. So I'm trying to wheel it. I've licked this youth. Do you get what I'm saying? So boom, I've had them backing up now, because the youths ain't got heart. The same thing I'm saying. They're not local. They're not from London, whatever. So they've not got the heart. Do you get what I'm saying? They're backing up. One of them's gone in the cell, grab the plug. One of them's gone, grab the shank, whatever. So it's like, man's backing them up, man's, I wouldn't say chasing them, definitely not chasing them, but I've got them on the back foot. Bro, someone's come behind, man, sleeper. Blood.
Oh no, put you to sleep.
Blood. He's not even put man to sleep, but nonetheless.
He's got you in a hold.
Yeah, he's got man in a hold, like, bro. One of the youths come, head bust, bow. Like first lick, I don't even know if it was first lick. He's licked man twice, bro. My head busted up, not up to now, but there's two. He's got man twice, innit?
Scars.
Next he's trying to bore man up. The thing's not going through. He's trying to chef like man's waist. But this is one of the occasions where man nearly got poked. If you wanted to, you could have been a face shot, face could have been open. By the grace of God, he's going for man. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's not going through. But they got man down. You know, man, just on the floor. Like obviously they're like, don't move. But I'm just seeing man's juice at the side, and I'm thinking, that feeling's horrible, bro. Man's on the floor, and it's like, because I know these youths ain't on for something, so that's a factor. Then it's like, man, just seeing man's juice, and I'm just thinking, oh, really? Like, do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, that bun me still. And then from there, furthermore, like, Wood Hill used to do one thing like violence reduction, where it's like you're on.
So at this point as well, like you said, there's no cameras on the wing, is it? Is there?
There's cameras on the wing, but not in the showers. So.
But there's
cameras on the wing, yeah.
So when that's happening, a screw's not running out. Like,
it's like, I just felt like there's beer time on it. You know, I'm thinking, I'm trying to swing this thing, and you know, better come quick. Brother, they took time. I felt like I was there for a strong 4 minutes. Before they stepped, I'm thinking, nah, the whole day was a setup. You get it? I swear down, I was feeling like, I was feeling hard done by that day. Then yeah, even after like, some man's in the cell and whatever, they've tried to come with a picture, take camera. They had to put like some glue on man's head, innit? Yeah. They tried to come with a picture, I moved my head up. I don't even know if I had a do-rag or whatever. I was not taking no pictures. Yeah. I'm saying, nah, not having it. Shit, yeah. I'm sure they asked about pressing charges and them things. I said, bro, go away. It's not happening, innit? Yeah, cool. It's not happening.
And then you and what from that? Obviously, they would have moved you, innit, or they would have.
Yeah, they've ended up moving, man. But it took a bit of time. Still, like this is a bit more to the story. So imagine they've left man in the cell, but I'm on single unlock. But you basically do one thing, violence reduction, you're on single unlock for a good like 2 weeks. Do you get what I'm saying? So imagine now they've left man on that for like a good 2 weeks, but they basically, it's got to a point now where I'm like, all right, cool, are you lot gonna move, man, or is man going to the block to get ship out? Ideally, I'm trying to go block and get ship out. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's basically on tops any time in the jail. Yeah. And furthermore, the fact that man set it, it's not a good look neither. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I even found out further later on that like, from what man had heard, I got the W because like man said it and they've heard I got the W. Yeah. So I know that my name is ringing in the sense of be onto my man. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though man didn't get the W, it was a big L, head bust, whatever.
No, but you did your thing. You didn't just hold it like a victim. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got your shots in,
but my point being is that around the jail, it's a matter of still be onto my man because he's tried to say it again. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
So it's not even over. Like,
it's not over. So imagine man's on the single unlock thing, even whilst man's on that, they're doing things like they're locking man in the shower. But man are trying to come bust the door. But it's like when man will come up from my phone call and it's like no one's on nothing. It's all the cleaners in that, but no one's on nothing. Like I'm standing around, I'm kind of ready. Even though I'm on edge, but I'm kind of like, raw, if it's go time, it's go time. No one's doing nothing. Man's in the shower. I'm saying, yo. No one's answering. So it's like, I know you're trying to come in and do something. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Boom. Then flipping. It's got to a point where I'm coming off of the violence reduction thing, but imagine, I've gone to Wood Hill in the summer. So imagine, by the time man's coming off of the violence reduction thing, obviously, I'm on a thing where it's like, if I see these youths again, it's on. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, Ramadan started.
So you get what I'm saying? No violence.
So it's like, Ramadan started, even if I even had intentions to try to say it on these youths, if they unlock my door again, big no-no now.
Yeah, it's a big no-no.
I'm not going on that list, you get what I'm saying? I'm not going on that list, you get what I'm saying? So I'm there thinking...
you end up in Ramadan, you end up on that list.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm like, bro. So at this point now, it's coming up to the end of the 2 weeks and man still on the wing. I'm saying, well, you lot move me, I'm going to the block, what's going on? Ideally, I'm trying to go to the block. So even like, man are coming to my door, like, for example, the old act, that was good stuff. The one I was like, he was like, you know what, your best trance, he was saying something about like, mash up your sink so that they can move you to the block or whatever. I'm saying, bro, I'm not mashing up my sink. It's not in man's DNA, it's not man's thing. But someone's giving me an idea, they're like, raw, hop on the landing, hop over the railings. Because they weren't netting over there. They're like, hop on the railing, they'll take you to the seg. Do you get what I'm saying? But obviously, this is still last, like, that's the last option. I don't really want to do that, do you get what I'm saying? It's got to a point now where it's like 2 days until man's going to come off the thing, I'm still on the wing. Hopped over the railing. I come up from my shower, hopped over the railing, take me to the seg. Gone to the seg now. Then I'm basically telling them, raw, I'm not going to lie, some talk to me around the whole jail, like, shit me out the jail, do you get what I'm saying? So they're like, all right, cool, put that into process, but you got to go to a wing, we can't ship you out from the seg. I'm thinking, my days, this is a setup. Do you get what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I'm not one to be a coward, do you get what I'm saying? I'm like, bruv, I'm going to the next wing then, do you get what I'm saying? Like, if it goes, it goes. But the only thing about coming out of seg that I don't like is that your stuff's not packed. I've not got my tuna ready, I've not got my Nizzy ready, do you get what I'm saying? It's a matter of fist fight until man can at least go to my son, boom, 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 do you get what I'm saying? But boom, so they've sent man to the next wing now, gone to the next wing, and then I remember I've gone servery, do you get what I'm saying? Gone servery now, I can't remember the Breast bus man or whatever. Oh, what do you want this? Da-da-da-da. Yeah, come on, brother. Da-da-da. But furthermore, like, where you from? Do you get what I'm saying? So he's checked man basically, but like, not really because you've been nice man at serving, but nonetheless, you've checked man. Do you get what I'm saying? But cool. He's like, oh, so where you from? I'm saying, oh, Tottenham. Man's like, oh, what, Johnny? Yeah. I'm thinking, oh my days, here we go. You get it? I'm thinking, here we go. So I'm like, yeah, like, what go on kind of thing. Like, he's like, oh, no, nothing. Like, I'll just come talk to you later. I'm thinking, all right, cool, goal time, do you get what I'm saying? But at least I'm aware. I'm thinking, at least I'm aware it's goal time. So boom, man's banged up or whatever, but obviously I've just got my tune or whatever ready. I can't remember what I've had, but nonetheless, I'm ready to step out, do you get what I'm saying? But at first, because man's on basic, because I set it, because I'm on basic for setting it on the last thing, they've not bust man straight away. So it's like, let's say they bust us at like 8, they bust my door at like 10. So he's come to my door early, I'm assuming he's thinking you're trying to stay behind your door. He's like, raw, you're not trying to step out. I'm saying, I will do at 10, it's just that man's on basic. He comes to our reasoning, man, this bread's from like the Midlands, I think it's like Northampton or something. He's like, I'm not even gonna lie, don't get me wrong, man has got the kite in it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it is meant to be gold.
The kite is the mess. Like you got a message. And for those that don't understand what kite means,
so he's got the message that yo, man, really and truly, this year was meant to crash it on, man. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm not gonna lie. It's not man's district. Them man are from London. I'm from Northampton. Like, it doesn't concern me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to be uneasy, whatever. So he said all of that. Nonetheless, the brother was cool. Do you get what I'm saying? Nonetheless, I was on point, of course. I'm thinking, bro, I ain't trying to hear all of that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
sometimes I think in those situations, I'm not saying that it was necessarily in that situation, but sometimes in them situations, like they'll come to your door and check your energy, and if you start moving wet in that, he probably would have moved to you. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's probably checked your energy and just knew you know what? Yeah, I could set it, but it could be long for me as well. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not involved in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but carry on.
So flipping. So it was a matter of that. So he was like, no, it's not even a thing. So when he put me back on the wing, obviously I'm assuming these are lying. They're gonna ship me out in like 2 weeks. But surprisingly, I've got there on like long story short, they shipped me out within a week. They shipped me out within a week. So from there, I've gone to Loudon.
Oh, that's how about you.
So they shipped me to Loudon now. But furthermore, I've ended up bumping into Bro's Cold D in Loudon.
No way.
So it was like going to Loudon was like it was still on top. So you get what I'm saying?
Word.
So I'm being G checked from early. Like, oh, bro's here. What, you got issue with bro? Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, art of war, and I'm saying, no, no issue, bro. But long story short, the whole situation got resolved. I've had to swallow my pride, didn't it? Because what it was a matter of, so man's got to Loudon, and at first, so man's stepping with it, like it's go time if I see bro, do you get what I'm saying? But anyone that's asking, no, it's not a thing, no, it's calm. But nonetheless, my juice has been spilt, so I'm waiting to see bro. But imagine, throughout this time where man's banging out, my mum was always saying she could feel it in her spirit. She's like, even though whatever man doing, man's calling often or whatever, she's like, I don't know what's going on, but she was telling me that she kept having dreams where it's like, man don't come out of jail. That man do something mad where man stay in jail, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, to man, it's like, so when man stepping with two somethings, do you get what I'm saying? But I remember like, the only thing that kind of opened up my eyes was like, maybe this is a bit mad. I remember, so one of my brethrens, Ramo, I don't know if you got to buck Ramo in Loudon, but Ramo's from Birmingham. But long story short, he's ended up getting 2 things patterned. But when he's patterned them, he's on some, where man's gonna put it? Man's gonna put it in nitty. So I'm saying, I send those my way. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to step with them. Yeah. I remember like when I've come out to step with them, I'll come out with both of them. But he's like, oh, let me get one of them. I'm like, I'll get them both on me. He's like, what, you're stepping with 2? I'm saying, yeah. Like, but that's natural. Do you know what I'm saying? But he was like, you're a bit tapped still. But that kind of opened up my eyes where it's like, what's normal to man is necessarily normal to others. Because man's really willing to take it there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nonetheless, my mum saying all of this stuff about like raw, my mum's obviously saying I feel like I keep having dreams where you're not coming home. Do you get what I'm saying? You do something mad in my dream where you don't come home. Do you get what I'm saying?
Get life or
and
something.
It's like man's looking at what's manifesting around, man, and it's like, bro, these things man's walking with are naughty. Do you get what I'm saying? They're naughty things. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, furthermore,
Loudon did have some naughty shanks there still. Yeah.
So it's one of them where it's like, man can take it there, but it's like, man started breaking it all down where it's like, so man's gonna get along. Because furthermore, by this point, I've already got charges hanging over man's head. So Ellsbury, man done a couple madnesses where it's like, there's things that got sent to the Jakes, and I've heard about somebody getting like, what did he get? Someone done something, it was a mad situation as well, because it was 2 of my brethren where someone done something to my next brethren. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, they had their own beef, so it's nothing to do with man, this is some E stuff, do you get what I'm saying? But where I know both parties, it was like, it was annoying that it happened, do you get what I'm saying? You know how it goes, do you get what I'm saying? You know people from both sides, they've obviously got drama. I can't tell you not to beef, do you get what I'm saying? But nonetheless, something's happened where it was annoying that it happened. So, but one of them, he got like 28 months, do you get what I'm saying? But my thing was worse. So I'm thinking, man's looking to end up getting what, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm looking at 4D2 if that thing comes back. Do you get what I'm saying? If that case come back, I'm looking at 4D2.
And that goes on top of your bird.
This is what I'm saying.
Just off the back of that, there was this. I remember there was when I was in Doncaster, there was a youth, and he was only weeks away from going home, and he was on free flow. But there's cameras in that, and obviously he see someone he had an issue with, and he's poked him in the back, you know, with just the spike things, and he caught 8 years, bro. And so like he was weeks from going home, and he got 8 for GBH, that's do 4, but. You know, and he had already done a bird, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I guess you was probably worried about maybe catching a mad thing, especially after being in for a mad thing, you know.
Yeah, so this is all playing on my mind. It's like, I'm sitting and it's like, my first plan of action was obviously to take it there. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm stepping with my son and I'm ready when I see whoever. Do you know what I'm saying? But then now I'm deep and obviously furthermore with Loudon, because before, like even when I had my son, it's like I'll call my mum but not as often. I don't really call my mum often. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a mummy's boy in person. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm very like territorial with mumsy, but like when I had my son, I don't call mumsy on my son because she starts lecturing me about why have you got a phone, Do you know what I'm saying? So when I've got to Loudon now, that's the first people you got a phone in the cell. Do you know what I'm saying? 08, I've got to Loudon, the first people you got a phone in the cell. So I'm calling her a lot more often. So I'm reasoning more, and she's telling me about, I'm having these dreams, Now it's making me realize, like, who am I proving a point to? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can take it there and, like, do you get what I'm saying? Who am I proving a point to? Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, when Mumsy's saying all of this, I've already got a sentence hanging over me. If this thing comes back, possibly a 4-2. Now I'm looking to do something with even naughtier things. I'm putting myself further away from Mumsy. Do you get what I'm saying? For what?
Shit, yeah.
Furthermore, man's gonna do something mad here and possibly go to ACAT, where I don't want to be on that list. Do you get what I'm saying?
That list.
I'm not trying to be on the list. So it's like the way everything's unfolding is like, man just realised, or I just saw it as a better option to swallow my pride. Do you get what I'm saying? As much as I didn't want to, as much as like, it still kind of bothers me up to now. Is like, raw, did I really just crush man's gangster? Like, I do feel a way up to now. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'll be real. Like, I've ended up bumping into. Furthermore, like the whole situation squashed now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the last thing that happened was man's juice getting spilt there. I've swallowed my pride. I've seen Brody, as in like I've seen my man, and I've swallowed my pride and said, yeah, it's not even a thing no more. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and
but I don't think you should ever feel a way about that, yeah, because you know, sometimes when you're comfortable in your gangster, yeah, and like you know what you can do if it gets to it, yeah. But sometimes, like you just said, out of war, innit? Sometimes you just don't you don't need to be doing all this, and sometimes just swallowing your pride, yeah, and just leaving it so you can go home to what's more important, mumsy and family and life just in general, yeah. That's generally the smarter thing to do, or that's the wiser thing to do. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I would say, like personally, I would just let go of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause you're out here now, you could have just done a mad thing in there, and you would still be in there because you've only been out for 3 months, bro. So you know you still be in there now, bro. So you're out here, you know, you're doing bits and pieces or whatever. You're around your family. You got your freedom. You can go shop when you're ready. Personally, I'd say that's the wiser thing to do in it, and it don't make you a punk. Cause man, know you're not a punk, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like you've been very active, you know, and I know that. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I would say like, yeah, just sometimes just be comfortable in your own gangster. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know what you're capable of or whatever. But sometimes you just gotta do the wise thing. Do you know what I mean? It don't make you a punk or nothing like that. You get me? And
yeah, even like I didn't even want to talk on it properly because reason being is that where the situation's squashed now, and we're like literally squashed where it's like, man, salute them, man. Now, do you get what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't really want to speak on anything where I make man look bad, or do you get what I'm saying? Or do you get what I'm saying? So
no, I get what you're saying.
I want to make it clear that man respect the man's gangster as well as them respecting man's gangster. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly. I'm sure they rate your thing too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Off the back of that though, quickly, yeah. What was the worst incident you ever seen or heard of in jail?
Worst incident. There was someone getting hot watered, but I wouldn't say that was the worst. There was one situation where it was in Drummer, so obviously I've not gone. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian, but someone got chopped. But I remember that occasion, like everyone that witnessed it has come back to the wing. Like everybody was on some like, I'm not gonna lie, I need a shank now still. I need a shank. Like, you know what it is? Because you see Loudon, don't forget, man are comfy, man are in their sliders on free flow, this, that. Like, Loudon, if you, like, it's like, anyone that's got dramas there, you know who's landed, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they, like, plan it, but it's like, so you've got set man from this district where their ops don't really land. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's say, for example, so a couple of man's brethren from Stratford were there, and like, funny enough, no custom house suits landed. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you've got man from this district where, funny enough, people from that place in land. So it's like, man are very comfy in Loudon, do you get what I'm saying? Like, man are comfortable in their sliders, man are, do you get what I'm saying, on free flow, it's calm. So man are comfortable going with their sliders to drummer, and it's like, I don't need to roll with a shank, I'm good, and at least double-digit man have come back like, bro, I need a shank. Like, after seeing that, I need a shank still. And then even like I've seen, like, when the ambulance and that have come and whatever, I can't remember what it was, but I've seen a bro walking and his face was all like, not taped up, but like there was a big bandage around his face. Like basically the cut was peak. And even through the bandage, man still seeing bare blood. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was like, that was dark still.
So bro, like, you know, I was always in contact with you even after I came home and that, like we used to rap and that, whatever, but tell me, bro, that after the 8 years, it's a long time, yeah. How did you feel when you knew your time for release was coming up? Like, how did you feel? Like, maybe let's say the day before. How did you feel? Because you didn't get released from DCAT or nothing like that, did you? Yeah, you got straight release from closed conditions into the real world, bro. Like, how did it? What was your thought process? What was you going through?
It was one of them where it was like, I was at peace with it to some extent. Because I'm one of them where it's like, I just work around what I'm given. Do you get what I'm saying? In jail, you have to be flexible. It's like, if they tell you socials in the afternoon, you can't be banging off your door talking about, I want social this morning. It's happening in the afternoon. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get, there's like bare situations. You see earlier, man, I remember bare people used to be like, why would they do exercise before social? Because man's gonna work. Wait, no. Why would they do, what is it? Exercise first. Obviously you get sweaty and them things there. So social first. People used to complain like, why is social first? You're gonna shower, then go out and work out and get sweaty. But it's like, in jail, you don't choose what happens, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be flexible. So it's like, man's obviously planning towards DCAT. I'm hoping to get DCAT. But man's having a good run, then man's mashing someone up. Man's not getting DCAT. Them things there. So man always knew to work around that. It was a matter of course. Man's not getting DCAT. I need to best equip myself for how I'm gonna adjust if I don't get it. Do you get what I'm saying? So it was like, it wasn't a shock to the system. It was one of them where it was like, all right, cool. If I don't get DCAT, man have to just move accordingly. Do you get what I'm saying? However that looks. So I'm chatting to men that have come out and didn't get DCAT and how they maneuvered, and I'm kind of just trying to, assuming I'm gonna follow suit. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
so what about, like, what did you... Actually, I saw your release, and we're gonna put that in right now. You see, right now we're gonna edit in his release because your release was a mad thing. Because I was gonna ask you, how was your release in that? But you had one red carpet rolled out. yo, watch that right now. But yeah, that was a mad thing. Fucking what? Like, how did you? So after that, yeah, did you feel? Was it hard for you to adjust to the real world?
I think it hasn't been easy, but like everything I've kind of expected it. You get what I'm saying? So man, I've told man you're gonna have to be on your probation in case otherwise it won't do nothing, and you're gonna have to go into a hostel first and this that. So it's like it's nothing I ain't expected. So yeah, we kind of just push through. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not too mad. And obviously, man's brethren are supported, man. They're all in man's corner. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, some man like fell off and weren't really around. Man's brethren are man's family.
Yeah.
They're in man's corner. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, what more can man ask for? Do you get what I'm saying?
Come on.
Like man's equipped to maneuver and be alright. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like what things have you put in place to deter you from getting recalled, for example? Boy, if there's any, cause I know you told me you started doing some work.
Yeah. So so man doing some voluntary work. Ideally, like what man's trying to do is like do like some PT stuff and be a what's it called, and be a football coach as well. So PT and football coach. But right now man doing like some voluntary work, some football thing. So so man doing that. I don't want to say.
You don't have to say no name.
Okay. The other thing.
You're gonna bait up your thing.
Yeah. So that's what man's dealing with. So that's the framework man's putting into place. Like even with the coaching thing, man's coaching youth that are like refugees and homeless people and them thing there.
Oh, mad respect.
You get me? So man putting on sessions for them. Ideally man can it's something on my CV now. Do you get it? So ideally, like man, not even just move on like you are just stepping stone, but ideally man can move on and start getting some coaching badges and whatever. And ideally man's trying to do that personal trainer thing as well. So get them courses under the belt as well. Yeah, and push through with that. Yeah,
you're definitely making the right steps, bro. And I'm proud of you, innit? I've got to say, bro, car you've come out. You've always been a smart guy, innit? But you've come out. You're not gone straight back on the roads. You're trying to make something happen, and you're going about the right way. Although it might take long, or it might be a bit of a push, but at least you're out here. You got your freedom. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, bro, if you had any advice for your younger self, what would it be before you went to prison?
That's a very good question, you know, because you know what's mad? The thing is that the advice I possibly would have given myself, I remember somebody not even sitting man down, but they reasoned with man and they told man the exact same thing. And it was mad because like the way the situation unfolded, it was like, how can I explain it? So that person's local, yeah. Obviously the drama was local, it's local, but that person was almost collateral damage. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you're with set people that I want to get, and almost was collateral damage. So it's like, I thought you've kind of cut ties. You don't even want to chat to man no more. But I've decided, you know what? Let me reach out and speak to bro and kind of see. Like, this is after a while, because at first it's like, because you were nearly collateral damage in this situation, I know you're vexing, man. So for me, it's kind of like friendship written off. All right, cool. It's goal time. Not even that it's goal time, but whatever it is, I don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? But something's kind of showed, man, like, let me just reason and kind of see. So when I've spoken to bro and I've kind of said, bro, let me get your number, man. It's kind of like, all right, cool. Chatting to bro, and it's kind of like, I've obviously like basically said I'm not even gonna lie, we weren't meant to be collateral damage, or that wasn't man's intention, but the situation's almost unfolded like that, and I can't lie, man, I have to apologise for that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and the man basically turned around and said, blood, like, I don't even blame you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I've told man from early that I don't know why man are like playing with your gangster. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so I don't blame you for like the way you're taking it, but he's like, at the same time, you've got to understand, like, he's like, I'm not gonna lie, man's taking some L's myself. This is what he's saying. He's like, I've taken some L's myself, but at the end of the day, you should probably prioritize chasing the bag. He was like, look, you might go and try to do a mazza, and he's like, bro, it's probably gonna land you in jail. Do you get what I'm saying? It's more likely, or he's like, worst case scenario, man might get you and do you get what I'm saying? So he was like, bruv, the best advice that I would give, he was like, look, as like man's older bro and man's swallowed a couple bit of pills myself, like, you're better off letting it slide. But he's like, I can't tell you how to deal with the situation, like, do you get what I'm saying? But that was like some wild stuff where I was like, raw, like, I thought you would have been sour over nearly being collateral damage, and it's like you're sitting there giving man gems, so man respected it, but nonetheless I knew I was taking it there anyway, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even though I appreciated it, that's the advice I would probably give to my younger self. But
no, that's some real shit, man.
Yeah.
My bro, I love for coming down, man.
Come on,
love for sharing your story, man. Anything you want to shout out or anything like that? Obviously, I'll put your Instagram, I'll put all your links in the description and that, so people can go and check out your thing.
All right, cool. Yeah, not even no shout, just to the bros there, man. You get me, big up Sherlock, you get it? Obviously.
Come on, big up, bro.
Yeah,
come on.
100%. Yeah, man, all of the bros there, man. But that's natural anyway. I don't even need to shout them out, because that's natural.
Yeah. I'd say definitely, I'd say people definitely check out, cause I didn't even know about the football thing you was doing. I'd say, like, obviously, if you get any links for that or whatever, or if you make an Instagram page, if you got an Instagram page or whatever, I'll definitely drop that in the description so people can support your thing. Because obviously that's very good what you're doing, and you're doing it voluntarily, you know. So yeah, love for coming down, my bro.
Come on, my bro, man.
And then, man,
pleasure being here, man.
Touch, man. Come on, man.
Don't say a word.
Delinquent Nation, Prison Diaries.